What up? You know, I just seen I saw the 2 episodes of Surviving R. Kelly, and I saw like the bootleg version on Putt Locker or some shit, and I watched like some one of the internet streaming things, and I got the link, and I watched 2 episodes of it, and Lifetime produced an episode of Surviving R. Kelly. For those of you that don't know what it is, it's basically all the ex-girlfriends or ex-sex slaves or ex-fuck buddies of R. Kelly just giving their account of what they've been through. And it's, intimate, detailed account. And the producer's a black female, I think. I don't know her name. But I watched it and I was looking at a lot of people in the comment section defending R. Kelly. And you know what's sick about it is that this dude's um his record sales like skyrocketed overnight in support of him. Even the Boondocks did an episode of this slimy ass nigga, you know, like pissing on the girl, eating ass, and it's one of them things where we as black people, it takes a village to make a pedophile. I heard somebody say that today. It takes a village to make a pedophile, or to protect or to hide a pedophile and a predator. And what I mean by that is, we all have had those stories from Eddie Long to all these guys, Hugh Hefner included, of all these guys who would have money, influence, some kind of clout, some kind of status, and young girls looking up to these dudes, and these dudes using it and taking advantage of the naivete of young people to get what they want sexually. Now, my issue is with both R. Kelly and the relatives of the girls who he had locked in the houses with them. I don't know if these girls snuck off, they became criminal. And that's what got me fucked up about the R. Kelly situation. For those of you that isn't familiar with the situation, it's basically a bunch of girls sitting in chairs, just giving full detailed accounts. Like we can't have phone calls, we can't escape. So basically, they couldn't have phone calls, they couldn't have contact with the outside world. But I'm gonna tell you something. For those of you who say, well, they could have escaped. Well, basically, if they had, and some of the girls did get away, but it wasn't like he had them held hostage. And I think what R. Kelly did, for those of you that's not familiar with how this thing works, is how pimps do. Now, pimps, when they first get a girl, the girl is not really held hostage. They do just enough to where they meet the legal definition of not kidnapping and not holding them hostage. Is just suggestive. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, you're going to lose all of this if you go back home. I apologize for being an asshole. I apologize, it won't happen again. Then it happened again, you apologize. So it's almost like a brainwashing, manipulating situation. But for the brothers of these girls and the fathers, the uncles, and you trying to call this girl, hey, look at, like, my sister passed away. But if my sister, Tawana, called me and say, or I kept calling, R. Kelly's studio and saying, man, bro, tell my sister I'm trying to get in touch with her, bro. Y'all not putting my phone calls through. I personally would go there and start some shit, but I'm more than positive security. If I was to go there, would probably, and these niggas got money, they're celebrities, and they would believe them over me, would say, man, this dude out here making all kind of threats, making trouble, and because my sister won't be allowed to come to the front gate and corroborate my story, it'll make it seem like I'm the crazy person stalking, or something to that effect. Or if the police were called, they would be like, yeah, man, we came to the house and the girl is here, and we couldn't get in contact with the girl. So it's one of them situations where they're always on the go, like some gypsies, where R. Kelly may have more than one house, and because you don't really know where this dude live at specifically, you can never ever catch him. See, that's the clincher. But for all these niggas out here, bro, that's sitting there protecting this dude, saying, well, what about Hugh Hefner? It's a completely big difference when you're a girl who can't wait till they turn 18 years old to a hot tail out there, to the bunny ranch and get chose, and you flying all across the world selling ass to all these billionaires. You see what I'm saying? So it's not and none of these girls who were ever in the Hugh Hefner ranch was ever making claims that they were sexually abused. And another thing, there was never ever any situation with the Hugh Hefner where he had to settle out of court for sexual abuse. I think R. Kelly had a couple of lawsuits on him, Also, Hugh Hefner never married anybody 14 years old. So, you know, whatever other, I forgot how old Aaliyah was back in '94. I think R. Kelly was 27 and she was either 15 or 14 years old. But everybody knew about this. This dude has always had a reputation of, you know, messing with little girls. And the black community has always had a reputation of protecting him. Going to his concerts. Some concerts got sold out. Some concerts, you know, had, you know, minor ticket sales, but he was still able to go in public and not have some real niggas, you know what I'm saying, like G check this dude. So the black community as a whole got to check themselves, because black people, we love to protect pedophiles. The you know, the child molester uncle, the creepy dude at church, the choir director, the girls band director, shit, the girls PE coach for that matter. You know, a couple of girls PE coaches down here had the you know, get fired or let go, in quotation marks, so to speak, for having what they call inappropriate relationships. Because, you know, when you say sexual assault, you don't really, you know what I'm saying? You can't really, they can't specifically say what sexual assault was. You know, you take this other guy, I follow this dude on YouTube named Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell, the same thing with him. Now, Bambaataa, Africa Bambaataa, the Zulu Nation, and, you know, Hassan Campbell coming forward and saying that, you know, that even if I was a teenager when this stuff was taking place, my mind wasn't to where I wanted it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Stuff may have taken place, but it was one of those situations where you can't, you know, an older person always knows better than the younger person. I'll put it like that. So for everybody to say, well, these little girls are horny, they wanted some dick, R. Kelly was, you know, yeah, the older person, the mature person is always held to the higher standard than the young person. I blew the horn at my cat. Nigga jumped out his skin just now. Wish I could have saw that shit on tape. Bitch ass nigga, you didn't even see that shit coming. So anyway, hit like, share, and subscribe. Comment in the section below. And, you know, yes, I heard people saying I want them to do an expose on all the Hollywood big shots, surviving Harvey Weinstein, surviving Hugh Hefner, surviving everybody, and y'all missing the big point, black people. It's not a matter of white people looking to shit on an amazing black man like a, you know, like a, I don't know, like a Barack Obama, or, you know, some kind of, you know, I don't know, fuck Farrakhan or somebody, and they going after the poor, innocent Louis Farrakhan. No. This is a singer who has a reputation of, you know, doing horny shit with young girls, and unfortunately, it's got to start somewhere. And we may not like that is coming from, you know, Lifetime channel, which is basically a feminist agenda, but two wrongs don't make a right. I'm sorry. Just because it's coming from Lifetime don't mean that the information is wrong. Now, it was never criminal, but we don't know, because a lot of the girls he settled out of court was never ever disclosed. And for the most part, it's not like a situation where he's raping girls in their sleep, and these girls are finally like some Hannibal Lecter shit, you know, Buffalo Bill, you know, it rubs the lotion on his skin or it gets the hose again. You know, it's not nothing crazy like that. So a lot of those false comparisons don't fly over here at the Opinion Junkie. This is just my opinion. I've never liked R. Kelly ever since those allegations came out. I'm a man. I'm an alpha male. I don't fuck with young girls. I got a daughter riding a bike right now down the street. And my daughter's a little big for her age. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I tell my old lady, quit letting them ride the bike down the street. They got too many weird ass niggas in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I get sex offender alerts in the mail at least once a year. We get an offender alert of some weirdo who had carnal knowledge of, you know, a girl. And you get the little index cards in the mail saying, you know, my new address is so-and-so street, you know, that way, or what have you, that they're in the area. Because legally, you got to let, you know, they have to have the alert out there. Anyway, guys, that's it. Hit like, share, and subscribe. If you've seen the video, you know, if you defend R. Kelly, say so, you know, make your case. And if you don't, you know, defend R. Kelly, make your case. Anyway, guys, hit like, share, and subscribe. Go to artbyrico.com. Also go to Talk Blue Media, and go to Tough Love Dating, my other YouTube channel.